next guest is one of hip-hop's preeminent lyricists, and he's collaborated with everyone from Jay-Z to Kanye West.
And he's also appeared in Love and Hip Hop and HBO's Entourage. Joining us now to discuss his new album, his role on the Entourage movie, and his journey up from the underground is rapper Saigon. Welcome to Rise 360.
How you doing?
Saigon, welcome.
Good
You
to be
got
here.
such a nice smile. Look at you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good to see you.
I'm happy to be here.
Yay,
All right,
we're
so-
happy to have you.
So you got to talk to us about this album. It's called G.S.N.T. 3.
Greatest story never told.
The greatest story never told. The troubled times of Brian Carinard.
Yeah.
That is a mouthful. Now, Brian Carinard, that's your
my-
real birth name, right?
That's my birth name, yep.
Okay, so tell us more what's behind this title and the album.
You know, when I started doing music, I actually was incarcerated.
Oh.
So I wrote, my first whole album was called Greatest Story Never Told because I was never sure if I was gonna be able to tell it because you don't never know if you're gonna make it out of there. You never know how things are gonna turn out. So I thought I wrote this beautiful piece of art. To me, it was like amazing, immaculate, but I'm like, they might not ever hear this. So I named it The Greatest Story Never Told. And that's also a story about Clarence X. Smith, who started the 5% Nation, who a lot of people, you know, a lot of people like, we know about Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, but he was one of those guys who try to do, you know, push our people in a progressive state, but people really don't talk about him a lot. So it was, you know, it's the greatest story never told, and I got a chance to tell it. So I wanted to add a, you know, sequel and keep going with it.
Now, Double XL calls the album a return to New York swagger. What do you make of that assessment of your work?
You know, but that's because, you know, other regions have come up lately and they just kind of dominate the sound of hip hop.
The South has been reigning
The
on
South
the radio.
has been raining on the, yeah. And
So do you plan to snatch back that title from the South?
I don't care more so about radio. I care about the important part of hip hop because when I was growing up, there was social commentary in hip hop.
Okay.
There was things we learned from hip hop. Now it's like party, 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 drink, drink, drink. Like I don't feel there's a balance as far as the true core, the true essence of what hip hop represented when I grew up. We had songs like "Be a Father to Your Child" and you know "Black Cop" and certain songs that resonated to our community. Now it's like so far removed from community, and that's why that's why I do kind of appreciate that title because New York hip hop kind of, you know, that's what we was about.
Wow. Well, you gathered a dream team of producers and rappers for this project. I mean, everybody from Just Blaze, DJ Premier, Papoose, Memphis Bleak, hip-hop legends, Big Daddy Kane. Talk to us about the collaborations and how do you pick which people you want to collaborate with?
It's just like I got a bucket list. I had a bucket list, you know?
Sounds like you crossed a lot of them off on this album.
Yeah, I did. And unfortunately for me, I started my own company. And I was able to go out and reach out to artists that if I was on a major label, they probably would have been like, he's too old or he's not relevant. Like to go out to reach out to Big Daddy Kane, who was my hero growing up. Like I cut the 3 little things on my eyebrows.
Yeah,
and
you
I
have
wanted to be, he's the first guy, and you're a brother, you're a light-skinned brother. He made me want to be dark-skinned.
Oh,
You know, back then, that was everybody wanted to be Al B. Shaw back then. He came out, I was like, I think I'm going to be dark-skinned on this one.
That's funny.
The Big Daddy Kane, he was my idol. So to get a chance to work with him, to get the opportunity to work with him was like a dream come true. And, you know, I work with Jay-Z, I work with Nas, I work with a lot of the other guys I grew up, you know, idolizing. So when I had a chance to reach out to him, he actually tweeted that he was a fan of mine, which was like, that in itself was good for me.
Yeah, that's huge.
But then when I was working on this project, I was like, you know, would you mind? You know, and you ask when you think you're gonna get the wrong answer, and he did it.
Now,
So,
we were both huge fans of the show Entourage, and there's going to be a movie, and you are going to be in it, correct?
Yeah, Lord.
Okay, so what can you tell us?
I can't say much because they are really, really, they are really tight on this movie. It's even with
But
the
we're
script.
friends, so you can tell us a little something.
Well, I could tell you this. I could tell you there's a lot of interesting cameos in the movie.
Oh, really?
It's gonna really, people are not gonna expect.
Really?
Yeah, it's like they went above and beyond to get people to do things, and I'm like, how'd y'all pull that off? Like, and I guess a lot of people like the show, so they were able to, you know, pull some strings and get something done. I'm just praying because when we did the show, a lot of scenes you do don't make it. So with this movie, I want to call Doug, you know, when you want Doug Ellen, please, you know, but I don't want to bother him.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
bother him.
Yeah, I don't want to bother him or he'd be like, you know, I wanted to surprise you, Saigon, but being that you called me, because I shot a lot of great scenes, but
Well, we can't
they
wait
have
to see him. We'll be
they have to
definitely at the
condense
movie theaters
all these-
checking it out.
Yeah, they have to condense all
And
these
tell-
hours.
When you
Into a
call
movie.
Doug, because you have him on speed dial, tell him to include us.
There you go.
Okay.
And the
We got it
cameos.
covered.
All right.
Saigon, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
here.
being
Thanks for having me.
Saigon.
Make sure you
Good
check out
job.
The Greatest Story Never Told, Chapter 3. That's right.
iTunes, anywhere you can go get it. Make
Available
sure you go
now.
get it. It's a beautiful
All right.
piece
And you're
of work.
watching Arise Entertainment 360.
Peace.